Dear listeners and viewers, wherever you are, followers of CSM, hello and welcome to this new interview. Our topic today is a topic that has been extensively talked about for many, many years. Although this is a fact, but still it's a very hot topic. It's a topic that's very important to everyone, the topic of immigration. And as you know, immigration has different phases. There's a time when we all prepared for coming to Canada, when coming to Canada was just a dream, and then when this dream came true and we arrived to Canada, then started phase two of trying to find a place for us here in Canada, and then finally phase three, which is the full integration and assimilation phase. How to achieve the best out of each one of these stages? What are the common mistakes and most important lessons to be learned? What are the best practices that we should learn from? This will be our topic today. Today, I'm really delighted to be accompanied by Shireen Ibrahim, who is an immigration consultant, an official immigration consultant. She's also a former settlement counselor. She's a former settlement counselor who was also working with new immigrants, helping them to settle in every way here in Canada. She's also a certified translator. Shireen, hello and welcome, and thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Hello, Mohammed. Thank you so much for the introduction and for the interview today.
It's a pleasure having you. And to start off, I just want to say that sometimes I might be the devil's advocate, okay? So to tell you and to tell our viewers, I do not necessarily represent my own personal point of view, but I would always try to represent the other side. Okay, so to start off, like at the very beginning, if I'm thinking of coming to Canada, what are the most common mistakes, in your opinion and from your experience, that many people who plan to come to Canada make? And of course, because it's a process, immigration is a process, one mistake in the first phase, it's like a domino effect, will definitely affect the second and the third stage. So what are the most common mistakes committed by, intentionally or unintentionally, of course, by people who plan to come as immigrants to Canada?
Okay, I've been so lucky because I'm working in my position with different hats on. Like I see immigrants before they, in the phase of thinking to come to Canada, and then I see them again after they arrive to Canada, and then I see them again throughout their years in Canada until they apply for citizenship. So I can say about the mistakes that people commonly do, that they are so busy thinking about how to immigrate, and they are not thinking much about why are they immigrating. Mm-hmm. The goal of immigration is very important because not one thing fits all. If for very simple decisions, like if I'm buying a car, I'm buying a house, I'm thinking a lot. When I decide to change my life and my family's life and relocate to a different country, I need to be really, really definite about my goal, whether I want to go because I want my children to have a better education. Maybe the political life in my country does not work for me. Maybe my cousin went there and he's happy and I want to be happy like my cousin. So the goals have to be decided. There is no right or wrong. There is no true or false, but we have to decide because this is a very lifetime decision, a very important lifetime decision that will affect not only me, all those around me, my family, my children, maybe my parents, everyone else. So defining the goal is very important.
So here you're saying that some people just come because they have like maybe a spouse, next of kin, like a friend, someone who is living here in Canada and they are successful and happy. So just want to like take the same path, just be like them without thinking, would this fit me or not? Now, here comes the counter, argument here, which says, okay, I'm not thinking in the right direction. But how about people like yourself, for instance, like you're an immigration consultant, and those people are certified by the government of Canada? Isn't this part and parcel of their role to put the candidate on the right track? Like, isn't this their responsibility? Why don't they do that? If they feel that, the candidate is going astray or lost, why don't they try to, give them an orientation session or try to guide them, be their compass?
It's a very good question, because it's the role of the immigration consultant not only to do the paperwork for people to immigrate, but also to be their guide. Like the first question I asked whoever is coming, why are you moving now? Why are you relocating? Why do you want to come to Canada? And then people will start like opening up. Do you think I will find a job? Do you think I will find a place to live? How is the weather there? So people want to know. They want to know what's going on over there. I'm on the other side, and I should be like honest enough to tell them how it works here. And then it's really up to them to decide whether they want to take their chances or no. Some of them, they say, oh, okay, if this is gonna happen, I'm gonna lose all my savings and I'm gonna stay for some time. I'm not finding a job. I'm not so young. So maybe I'd rather send my family. Maybe I'd rather send my children for education. So it's the role of the immigration consultant to do that. It's not just to do the paperwork.
Okay, so what if the immigration consultant is not very honest with me, and they they build me sand castles, really, and these sand castles would fall with the very first wave? Whose responsibility is it? Like, shouldn't we blame the Canadian government for giving license for such people, or been dishonest? And you made me come here, like you promised me the world, and now I have nothing, and I'm starting to spend out of my savings. Isn't this dishonest?
Immigration is like just any other business. Some people do it by their heart, and some people do it just for the gain of getting more clients, getting more business. And it is what it is. So it's like any other job, it happens. We have this body that's called ICCRC. It regulates the immigration consultants, and this is the way or the channel clients can access to file a complaint against an immigration consultant. However, they cannot file a complaint because the immigration consultant didn't tell them that they're not going to find a job quickly here, or they will have to do they will have to do their licensing exam if they're pharmacists, if they're doctors or engineers in certain fields. So they can't do that, because the onus here falls is on the immigrant himself. He has to do, again, his homework, his due diligence, like any project. He has to go online and see how it works, check the forums. We see all the time people asking others on social media, did anyone feel any regret that they came to Canada? Do you think I'll be happy in Canada? It's a good way to get the feel of the country. And you have to read also about in the articles in the news about the conditions of Canada, because Canada is like any other country. It has its system, and it's whether we like it or not, the system will not change for us, unfortunately. So we are the ones who will have to.
So it's sort of a dual responsibility for like the immigration consultant to be honest. And again, if they're not honest enough, there is a board, an official board by the Canadian government that will hold them responsible if they misguide or mislead people, give them any misconceptions. But on the other hand, me as an immigrant, I have to know if I'm planning to do a specific job, what are the requirements, and so on and so forth. It's my responsibility to make proper research, even if I'm going on a tour. If as a tourist, before planning to go on a tour in any country, I'd usually make some research and see like what are the landmarks of this country and this city and so on and so forth. So moving to the next question here. So if I made some mistakes or if I had some misconceptions before coming to Canada here, what are the consequences of this after I've landed in Canada? If I did not do my proper research, my due diligence, like you exactly said. So if I did not really delve enough and dig deep enough into, the crypts or the very profound understanding of what immigration is all about, what immigration to Canada in specific is all about, what are the consequences of this on my life after landing in Canada?
Okay. The consequences are, it really depends. It really depends on the personality. It takes a very strong emotional resilience by a newcomer to start a new life. Many people come at the age of 40, many people come at the age of 50, and they want to start their life again here. So it really affects or impacts the duration of integration. To integrate in the Canadian society, understand how it works in terms of, for example, finding a job, finding a rental property, finding maybe licensing their education if they are regulated. And that reflects really on, it causes a very, I can say social isolation. It makes them feel sad. They're really sad and depressed. And then we start this cycle of depression, that this person, he feels so depressed and he starts feeling, why did I come here? It was a mistake in the first place. I'm not finding a job. I'm not even getting an interview. My children are going to schools. They are teaching them stuff that I don't like. Maybe I want to move them from this school to this school. It's like a vicious circle that they keep.
So it's a phase of combined, rejection and regression at the same time.
Exactly.
So, you reject the new society, the new culture, the new situation, and you, instead of progressing, you regress and you start regretting everything and you want to go back to where you used to be.
Yes, true, absolutely.
So if you do not do your proper homework before, then this will definitely affect you here. Again, are there enough resources? And you're a former, settlement counselor. Are there enough resources for me after I land here in Canada that can really enable me to find the right way for myself to sort of build a roadmap for myself?
Yes, there is a lot of resources here. This is something that is very unique about Canada because it's receiving immigrants every day from all over the world. And that's why they are very active in establishing newcomer centers that help newcomers with to start their life here. They have all kinds of service. For those who don't know English, they have English classes. For those who don't know French, they have French classes. They have employment sessions and classes for people who want to start looking for a job. They have employment counselors who can guide them how to write a resume, how to find a job in their field of experience. They have so many, they even have some specialized sessions like specialized courses like in HR, like in day care, home-based daycare. So they have a lot of resources, but some people, they just come and because they are so busy with establishing themselves, they just don't visit these places much.
Okay. Now, do you think that coming to Canada is open to everyone? Like, can anyone apply for immigration to Canada, or is applying to immigration to Canada and later on, you know, fitting well into the Canadian fabric requires you to come at a certain age, and you must have a specific ethnic background, a specific religious background, a specific way of thinking, or is it just one size fits all for everyone?
Excellent question. Thank you for that, because this is there has been a very big change in the immigration process before 2015 and now. Before 2015, maybe even us, it applies to all of us, most of us who came before 2015, we were able to get through the Federal Skilled Worker Program, which requires 67 points to come here. And it was first come, first served. You submit your application and you're definitely coming to Canada. However, after 2016, when they introduced the new express entry system, this system was targeting a certain profile of immigrants who are below 30 years old, who are excellent in English and maybe French, and they are highly educated, masters of PhD, and they have more than a couple of years of experience. So here we see that they filtered whoever they want to come into Canada. So this is the profile. They want people who are job ready, who are young, who are flexible enough to get into the system quickly and to be ready to suffer for a while doing some jobs that might not be related to their area of experience until they fit in and find their job that works for them. So I believe this is a good change.
So you think that age and education are very important factors that can help people integrate into the Canadian fabric. This will expedite the process much more if they are like highly educated and if they come at a younger age.
At a younger age is more of an impact on this issue. Education, most people who come as a federal skilled worker or for the economic class, they are educated and they are well educated. However, for the age part, it's important to come like it's nature of life. It's just life that whenever we are younger, we can adapt easily, we can adjust easily, we can take things like after graduation from university, I was ready to do so many jobs and try so many things. But when I'm 40 or 50, it's a bit of like a challenge to me. I'm not able to do that. And I'm not happy when I'm doing it. I feel like like I'm much better than this. I can be doing this job at this age. So it's sort of challenging when you come at not an old age, but like 40 or 50.
Okay, so another like, you know, follow-up question here, which is ethnic background. Is Canada a place that is open to all different people? People can come from all four corners of the globe, from all walks of life. People have different beliefs and different ways of thinking. Like, does it require someone to be like of a more like sort of liberal background, or is it also open for someone who I don't want to use like a harsh word, but someone who is really so deep into their belief system and in their culture?
Okay. Being flexible and easily integrating does not contradict with keeping your identity. Like you can be a very strict Muslim or Hindu, but still you are accepting the others and you're willing to live with them and accept them. So it really depends on the person himself. How far is he willing? And this comes also like, this is part of his homework that he should have been doing before he comes here to Canada, whether he's going to tolerate all this or no. Because if he's very strict and he believes that everyone else is wrong and it does not work for him, how is he going to work? What's he going to do in his work environment? What are his kids going to do in their schools or universities? So it's part of the integration process. It really depends on the personality.
Okay, so like towards the end of this interview, I'd like to ask you, what are the most important pieces of advice that you'd like to give to people who are planning to come to Canada and to people who have already landed in Canada to have an easier life here in Canada and to quickly integrate and to quickly assimilate with the Canadian society and fit well into the Canadian fabric?
Okay, before they come to Canada, as we said before, they need to do their homework, they need to do the research, read the forums, ask people of the same experience or background, and get the feel of the place, and try to overcome or prepare yourself to what's going to happen after you arrive based on that. However, we can't base our experience on other people's experiences, but we can get the sense of it. There are things that are like everyone knows about, like the difficulty to find the rental property, the difficulty to find the job immediately as soon as we come. So there are some things that are very common. After they arrive, they need to be patient. They need to be patient, and they need to be able to understand the system. And understanding the system is very important. Like, try to visit the newcomer centers, try to visit employment centers and understand, talk to people, even if they're not helping you. Many people come out and they say, oh, they didn't help me, but at least you got some points that might support your plan to integrate. Make sure that your family consents that you come here. They're okay. They agree with your plan that they come here. The children are happy. They are not sad. The wife or the husband, they are the support system. This is your small support system. I see people who come, I believe in the 5 years plan, which is very smart here. I see people who come on their arrival and they say, oh, we are not so happy and we plan to go back home as soon as we obtain our citizenship. And after 5 years, when they get their citizenship, provided that they stay 3 years and they get their interviews and assessed and whatever, and they get their citizenship, and here we go. They are happy in Canada. They have a job, the husband and the wife. The children are so happy in school. They have a house with a backyard, and they're enjoying their life here. And are you going back to home? No,
so
I'm not.
The magic number of 5 years, which is the period required.
5 years. It's a struggle and it's a challenge.
Yeah. Which is the period required to get your citizenship and to apply for citizenship. Last but not least, Shireen, like as an immigration consultant, as a former settlement counselor, as an official translator, what things, if any, would you like to change, or would you like to recommend reconsideration for in the Canadian immigration system? Are there any kind of loopholes or flaws that you would like to see amended, corrected?
Well, so far there were so many reforms in the immigration system. I considered previously that are loopholes, but now after the new system, it started to be clearer for everyone that they know what's going to happen eventually. Everything is online. There is nothing hidden. If you Google any piece of information, you will find it. So do your homework. Don't count on the immigration consultant or the immigration lawyer to do your job. Your homework is important to understand the system. Is it going to work for you or no? However, the loopholes in the immigration, I only see that there are parts related to studying.
Yeah, the certification part.
The certification part is very long. I believe it's very long, and people lose their skills here. I'd rather that they maybe introduce some exams that people need to do before they come here and start struggling and doing survival jobs, because it's a waste of time and energy and of experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shireen Ibrahim, like the immigration consultant, the former settlement counselor, and the certified translator. I can't thank you enough, really, for this very informative session and this interview. I believe our viewers would really benefit from that. Thank you very much for your time. And thank you very much for being
Thank
with
you.
us here
Thank you,
tonight.
Mohammed, and I hope.
It was a pleasure having you, absolutely. And to our dear viewers, please, it's a dual responsibility. It's not only the responsibility of the immigration consultant or the settlement counselor, and like any job in the world, there are the good guys and not the very good ones. They're honest and they're dishonest ones. So again, you need to, have your better judgment. You need to consider anything that people might tell you. You need to do your homework and you need to make the proper research. And after all of these successful people around you here, you see in Canada, were immigrants sometime. If not them, it was their parents. So success for a new immigrant is definitely possible. And millions did it before, and they're no better than you. If they did it, so can you. Thank you very much, dear viewers, and until we meet again, have a good night.